Hey guys, welcome to What in the World, Steve. Today, I'd like to talk to you about last week on the Baton Holder Part 1. So, how much is it? Elder, it holds it quite important to me to sort of pay people back. And so I just want to pay people back and then just do the degree. And yeah, I'm completely free to be your right hand man. I'm right beside you. Your wish is my command. I owe 20 grand outside. 20. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So he said yes, I said yes. We'd left it at that. But Tin Yu Long Yan, which is the sky has its own plans. What had happened afterwards, if you've been through my stories, my big brother's wife, asked me for a favor. So I left something out as well. It wasn't only the money that I told you over there, right? But I also signed up for another 3 mobile phone contracts. Yeah. So one of them was for her. The other one was for my big bro. And then I landed one for myself, right? But she took all the 3 phones. Because back in the day, you sign up for 18 months and then they give you a Samsung phone and then it's got polyphonic ringtones and all that. And then you're under a contract, the max contract. Because they were all with the one that got outage. Yeah, that network. The biggest and most expensive one. Yeah, so when she decided not to pay for any more of the contract, monthly bills, I was stuck with a number, and people just started calling me, and I said can't get in touch with him, man. He goes, no, come on, this is his number. I go, well, it's not anymore, is it? And I'm not going to go out of my way to investigate, and do all the communication and stuff with they've got my number using my money. Anyway, yeah, so there was 3 more contracts after that. So when I come back down to Sydney, I'm stuck with a huge debt. And then my big bro came down with me that one time. And then we went to the old classic restaurant in Chinatown, in the center of it, the GC. Yeah. And he sat in the table, and then in front of all the bros, I was directly sitting opposite him again. And then all night he was just telling me off. He was really angry, he really upset. Because me and him had a personal pact, I mean, all the bros around the table didn't know, Even my big bro didn't know, But my big bro sort of eased him down. He goes, oh no, it's all right, He goes, yeah, well, where have you been? Are you a brother or not? Really upset, But I didn't have a chance to explain to him the story yet, And then so my big bro calmed it by saying to him, oh no, it's okay, I told him to come and sit in this table today, sort of thing, And then he calmed down a bit, and then he later realized what had happened, He later realized that I wasn't following the first one now, I'm following. This is another story, but I'll tell it now very quickly. So the final bat holder of our group, well, it's continued now, but I'll just say for our generation, all right? Because this is the true brohood of what we really represent, okay? So, yeah, so he has been not just the youngest ever to hold the baton, but he's also the longest standing head ever. I'd say in the Guinness Book of Records as well, to hold the baton. Because he's held the baton for over 20 years. And no one does that. Everyone gets another election every couple. Yeah. But he held it for that long. Yeah. Because of, I guess, environmental, like, changes around the world, how the world is changing. See, we've evolved to smartphones, and we've evolved to, like, a lot of things that, like, we don't do anymore, a typical way that, like, they do business, they conduct it, don't do anymore. I mean, like, even for our branch, like, we got, like, tossed out of, like, the illegal market scene a long time ago, because, like, what our clan used to do was, like, do the underground dens, gambling dens in Chinatown. Yeah. So when they gave the license to, like, the to open up in Sydney to, like, create a casino, yeah, we were shoot out straight away. Yeah, so, like, they swept us all in one go. Yeah, and why would you go to a gambling den when you can go to a casino anyway? So you wouldn't need to. Yeah. So the story behind him was, like, me and, like, the baton holder, the number one baton holder, ended up, like, following the same big brother. Yeah. Because the fat boy, the fat boy, like, belt holder. I mean, not belt holder. Yeah, we could say belt holder. Man, strongest in the clan, mate. Is there no one else? No, but yeah, like, for the previous baton holder, the one that got a warrant, fat boy. Yeah, because he went in, right, and then the elders had to do an emergency, like, meeting. And when they did an emergency meeting, like, they did vote in, like, my elder, the first baton holder number one. But the ranking for him wasn't high enough to, like, excel to the grade where, like, he could be placed on the chair. Yeah, so that's why, like, he straight away had to, like, jump rank as well. And then so, like, he jumped his, like, big brother's rank, and then another one, and then to my big brother now. Yeah, so straight away, like, when he went under him and gave him the, like, the official ceremony, red pocket, blah, 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 So he now was allowed in the ranking system for him to be, like, comfortably sitting on the chair, hierarchically speaking. Yeah, so yeah, me and him ended up, like, being on the same title. Yeah, the same big bro. Yeah, so it's funny how it works, Yeah, because after fighting all his way to be in the chair, yeah. So Dragon, you wouldn't, like, seemingly, like, slip and slide, like, with me, even though you had a shit big brother. Now I'm on the chair. So, like, now you're mine. Yeah, I'm yours, man. I'm happy to be yours autocratically. And we even had a deal, But, upstairs wouldn't allow it, So I ended up to be, like, under, like, the same big brother as you. Life's funny. Yeah, it's so funny. And unfortunately, like, for my elder at the time, lucky nothing ever happened to him, because he's a street king, He's smart here, and he's got it, very smart person. Yeah, not just good-hearted, but very smart. So yeah, very much adored. But lucky he's smart, because he taught me, he said, Dragon, in order to be a real, guate, like, in order to be a real rascal, a real young and dangerous, so-called, you have to think more treacherous, and, like, more gua and more, further than evil than they do. Otherwise, they're a step ahead of you. And then I went, yeah. So you have to. It's not like, you want to or you're going to do it, because, your nature's good. His nature's good. So he won't practice those things. But he has to be on top of it. He has to know what's right and what's wrong. And how wrong can it be? So that's how you read how people think. Yeah. Because in the world of the street life, you need to think one step ahead or three. Yeah. Because you have to anticipate what will happen. Because usually, literally, shit happens. And it always does. Yeah. So without me as his pronounced right hand, straight away, like, he thought, okay, I'm going to call the general, because he's the next one up, man. Like, he's capable. Like, he's what you call manyadak moedak. Like, he can be in the street, everyone's respecting him, and then he could also talk. Yeah, so and he's from Hong Kong. Yeah, so I was going to appoint him, but unfortunately he couldn't because, like, my big bro's wife said, like, so Dragon, have you got any, like, potential good brothers that are loyal and honest and, like, that could help us out so we can, like, all prosper together? And I go, if you're asking me that sort of a question, I've got one, So I gave him a call, man. Yeah. I go, hey, bro. He, cool cat, man. Hey, Dima Along. Like he say, like, even though when he talks, he's just a cool cat, man. And then I told him the proposal, And then, like, he's just very cool, man. It's like, hoa. It's like, no hesitation, See you there, Pure gangster. Yeah, so I took him with me, So we went, like, Melbourne, Queensland, Yeah, he's with me, like, during the time, like, where my elder needed, like, the right hand. So without anyone by his side, he just had to appoint, like, the best junior he had available on hand, So he appointed another junior. And then when I came back to Sydney and then got told off, yeah, went to a dance party, and then it's on a Friday night. And then, like, I saw my junior fella, And I go, hey, bro. And he goes, hey, Senior Dragon. And I went, hey, you look happy, And he goes, yeah, I'm really happy, I Senior Dragon, like, we've got this, like, world together, we are all good brothers, I go, yeah, man. And he goes, yeah, I just made 30K, I go, oh, you made 30K? How'd you do that? And then he goes, oh, Baton holder number 1, elder, gave me the opportunity, So, and I go, oh, so now you're his right hand. And he goes, yeah, I'm his right hand. I just made 30, So if I didn't actually agree, like, to like, go pure heart righteousness and help my big bro's, like, wife borrow money for her pokies or whatever she's doing, I don't know. Yeah, but I think 90% of it probably went, for sure. And so I would have been able to pay my debt off and then also have 10 in my pocket, and I would have been the one smiling at the dance party. Yeah. But yet I come back here and I'm down like 50 or probably 60 with those, like, 3 mobile phone contracts. And I have the first elder who's in the chair now that's, like, hating me because it's like I didn't keep my word. So, yeah, there's my 2 cents worth. And he couldn't even call the general because I took the general along with me because that's his second option straight up. If it's me or him, doesn't matter. Yeah. You know what I mean? How funny life is, eh? Yeah. But like the person that I am, I may be a sheep in sheep's clothing, but I am very resilient. So if there's a will, there's always a way. And so I came back really panicking, But, like, I've learned one thing, right? When you're in trouble and deep, you really have to, like, just go for a walk. Like, my big brother, after dinner always goes for a walk. After dinner he goes for a walk for an hour. Yeah, because I did it a fair few times with him while I was, like, staying with him, when I was at the Gold Coast. And it really clears your mind, Yeah, like, I mean, I was 60 in debt, but after that walk, I had a clear mind after that. I said to myself, okay, this is the situation. This is what you have to deal with. So we'll find a way. Yeah. But and then I did find a way. Yeah. And I found it very quickly too. Opportunity came just like that. Money came rolling in just like that. But it's not the way that I wanted it. So if I think back to it, I know things happen for a reason, you know. But like, you know, the moment like, you know, my first elder said to me, you know, Dragon, I have nothing but money, you know. I should have just went, big hugs. Hug him more than 7 seconds, man. Hug him up to 20 seconds at least, you know, and then go back and then go, Elder, thank you for having nothing but money. But now you got me, so money, no problem. This is life, but it's cool. We've come here now, and now I'm in front of you, and I am the money. So, hope you enjoyed this, guys. And what am I going to call this now, man? It's been too many parts. Yeah, I'll just say it's Baton holder. Yeah, it's better than premium. Yeah, this is diamond, because diamonds are forever. Yeah, because this is going to be the last baton holder of all time. Yeah, because now we've got the world. Okay, guys, I love you. Have a lovely Sunday, and if you don't see this on Sunday, have a nice day anyway, and keep smiling, keep shining, you know, because love is all around. You just have to know where to find it, and open yourself with the right things that you like to do, and then align yourself with it, and then good things will come, because the universe works in very mysterious ways. I love you. See you. Previously on the baton holder number 1. So, how much is your debt? Oh. Like, it really holds me important, huh? Blooper. 와, 我都係第一次見嘅。